This is it, the Amazon Fire HD 10 for 2023. It came out in September, but it flew a little under the radar as Amazon mostly highlighted the kids' version of this tablet when it was released. But there are some important upgrades that were made on this year's version of the tablet, as it hasn't been updated since 2021. And the Amazon Fire HD tablets are not the blowouts that they used to be. Android manufacturers have done a good job coming out with tablets in the similar price range that give you sometimes even more functionality. Some stuff from Lenovo is better performance. You got a bunch of tabs from Samsung now in this price range. So you got a little bit of competition, whereas before, anything under 300, Amazon pretty much owned it when it came to tablets. And I think Amazon recognizes that because they've made some important improvements to make the Fire HD 10 a bit more competitive against the other manufacturers. So let's talk about that. When they upgraded this to 2021, the 2021 version, the biggest things that you noticed from previous Amazon Fire tablets was the brightness of the display. Previous tablets were really dim, really dark, just didn't have the quality display that you would have wanted. The 2021 one really changed that. Nice, bright, poppy display. And the 2023 version takes it a step further. They're calling it some sort of crystal clear display. Whatever it is, it works. It's really nice. Whereas the 2021 version was just really bright and colorful. This one adds contrast, better saturation. This really looks nice. It looks a lot sharper. It's still 1080p, but it looks sharper than the 2021 version of the tablet. It's overall an excellent viewing experience, which is a bit of a change from the previous ones. You're going to notice it. You pick it up, you hold them side by side, you're going to look and see how much better the colors are on this year's version of the tablet. Same amount of RAM, 3 gigs, 32 gigs of internal storage to start, but you do get that micro SD card slot for expandable storage, which is nice and is a rarity these days on almost any device. You do get a headphone jack as well, which is a rarity, still USB-C charging, and you get the stereo speakers, which still sound pretty good, especially when you're considering the price point. Amazon claims it's 25% faster than previous generations. I don't know so much about that. Amazon Fire OS 8 is relatively power efficient. It's not power hungry. It doesn't take a lot to run it. So you're not going to notice a whole heck of a lot of slowdown there. But I still noticed, is it a little faster? Yes. But I still noticed some of the slowdowns and hiccups that I've noticed on previous versions as well. The one thing that they do keep the promise of, 13-hour battery, and that is true. Obviously, it depends on what you're doing. If you're gaming on this, I was playing some PUBG, we'll talk about that in a moment, you're going to watch the percentages tick away on the tablet. So just do keep that in mind. Reading, magazines, even video viewing, you're going to be fine, and you're going to get well over a 10-hour experience, and that should be more than enough to get people through their day. Some of the other things they added, whereas a little, I don't know if this was a portion for Fire OS 8, but you do see the bit here when it comes down to, where am I going to find it here? I had it here. Oh, there we go. Fire tablet accessories. We're going to go into that. And you can see pen and handwriting and then physical keyboard. Physical keyboard is the same as always. You could go ahead and connect an external keyboard to this, which is great because you got Microsoft 365 on here, and you could do some email, office work, stuff like that. If you're in school, note-taking, it's really good for that. But one thing that's added on this tablet is a pretty pressure-sensitive display. So there's an Amazon stylus pen sold separately. I'll include the link to both of these in the description, by the way. It does help the channel. So you'll be able to do more drawing. One of the main questions I get on other Amazon Fire HD videos that I've done is people asking if stylus, if it has pen support for some of these third-party pens that you could use to do some drawing and how accurate it is. In the past, yeah, you could get these third-party pens to work, the ones that are kind of generic for any tablet, but you're not going to get the accuracy or the pressure sensitivity or any of that stuff that you get with a tablet that's designed for it. And now they have that here where they have a layer which is going to be slightly better for artists, slightly better for handwriting. All that stuff is going to be finally a feature of the Amazon Fire HD 10, which is nice. Build construction, about the same. It's a little lighter, it's a little thinner than the previous versions, and just because of that, the tolerances feel a little bit tighter. It feels a little bit better built than previous ones. I've dropped it already, and it held up okay. It doesn't feel like a bend, don't break device. It's kind of got the plastic you got here. This is in the lilac, which I happen to like this year's color. It's a bit of an updated design. They've made it a little bit more sleek. But overall, I like it. You are going to notice the fact that it is a little bit lighter and thinner, and it feels a bit more solid. So it's not quite before where you got a lot of that creaking back and forth. There was some questionable build quality there for years, and thankfully they had a very generous return policy. Let's talk about gaming. Gaming was actually surprisingly good. I was able to play PUBG on this on HD settings on the high frame rate setting. Okay, not the trash frame rate, high frame rate setting, and I was able to get okay gaming experience. There was some slowdown. If there's a lot going on the screen, you're going to get a few stutters, but overall, you're able to get into engagements. You're able to get through the movement is pretty good. So gaming, I've seen people playing Roblox on this. I know Roblox not exactly the most intensive gaming experience out there, but there was a lot to like about this. I was pleasantly surprised. In the past, I haven't recommended these for gaming, but I think for even light to medium gaming, these are now a viable option. And then when you add in Amazon Luna and the different gaming streaming services, well, then this really comes alive because you pair it Bluetooth with a controller, or you have the Amazon Luna controller that comes from Amazon that you plug into this. You really get a pretty full-featured gaming experience. Not only do you get the games that they offer, the Android games or whatever else, but you can get your console games streaming on here, and when you pair it with the improved display and the contrast and all the rest of it, your games are going to look absolutely fantastic on this device. So if you're somebody looking for a cheap, portable, streaming gaming setup, you don't want to spend $400 or $500 on these other things, you can pick one of these up for right now $80, or when it's full price, in the 120s, 130s, whatever it is, and get a pretty decent gaming experience that's going to look good. And it really just depends on the quality of your Wi-Fi, because the console or whatever is doing the heavy lifting as far as the computing is concerned. Amazon Luna, the cloud gaming, is doing the heavy lifting. So you're just basically a terminal that's getting the output on the display, and the latency is good. I did the Amazon Luna review. I've done reviews on the Xbox streaming service. Really good. Yeah, you don't have any issues with that. I thought that lag and stuff, but high-paced racing games, you need that Twitch input. Not really a problem. You're not going to notice any real degradation there, or is that a second delay or milliseconds delay that really ruins the gaming experience. It's a much better experience than it has been in the past. The other thing that you could do with these that's a big use for a lot of people, if we go back into settings, you can basically, and it has it here, show mode. So you can basically turn these into one big Echo Show, which is great for a kitchen. You want to read a recipe, you want to read whatever the output is, you want to call up a video real quick, you can plug it in here on the side so it doesn't run out of battery. But these make fantastic large screen Echo Shows, and so you can put it into show mode and then really have all that functionality around the house. And you could buy 2 or 3 of them, and you could actually fit your whole home with the Amazon ecosystem if that's what you want to use. So as always, there's a lot you could do with these for the price. When you're talking $80, you could do a heck of a lot worse with these because they had a lot of functionality, they had a good viewing experience, good battery, you get the Amazon ecosystem, they're supported for 4 years, so you're not going to have any issue there. And now this year, with that really excellent display, you're going to love it. You put it on, it's still got the brightness, but the contrast and the saturation is really what sets it apart. It really does look nice, sharp, and clear. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.